we will go for today's thing. Already it is 2:10, and most of you don't want to be exceed than 1 hour. So let us go for sharing my screen here. So I'm just sharing my screen. So I was started with successive differentiation. In that successive differentiation, where we were, whether I explain you partial fraction, students. Yesterday, whether we are having a class yesterday, what we were taken yesterday, which example we were taken yesterday, students. What we were taken yesterday, can you tell me? And I hope all of you have slept because of BW. You slept, students. 1 to 2 was BW. X square by 2x plus 3. Okay, okay. Second example, I hope I was gone for. Yes. Yes. So for this example, see what I told you that what I was gone for this example. Whenever I'm having this pattern of example there, I have to search nth derivative for the function y is equal to, I'm having numerator upon denominator form, and numerator are and denominator are in terms of x at that time. Remember that we will going to check. My first work is we will going to check whether I'm having degree of numerator and degree of denominator. What I told you that whenever I am having degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator. For this example, we observe that degree of numerator is 0, degree of denominator is 2. So we are just going for we are just going for writing denominator in terms of linear factors, and according to these different cases I'll go for partial fraction. So for this example, we are having a degree of numerator is 0, degree of denominator is 2, and we are just going for writing denominator in terms of linear factors. Those are non-repeated. We are just proceeding for partial fraction. We are applying formula whenever y is equal to 1 upon x plus b, what I'm having y, and that formula we are applying it here. Yes, but for the second example, you observe that degree of numerator is 2 as well as degree of denominator is 2. So whenever I am having degree of numerator is equal to degree of denominator, also whenever degree of numerator is greater than degree of denominator, at that time I am just proceeding for actual division. What is mean by actual division? Yesterday I shared with you this example. So I told you that whenever I'm having degree of numerator is greater than degree of denominator, this type of actual division we have to proceed, and we will going to apply formula dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. Yes, and left hand side we are adjusting y, and right hand side we are getting, sometimes I'm having a polynomial and a plus or a minus, I am having a term which contains degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator. For that term, I will apply partial fraction, and again I am rewriting my function y in terms of proper form. Is constant plus or minus some number, some constant upon x plus b form we are just getting, or sometimes I'm having numerator upon x plus b raised to m. So we are applying, see what I told you that formally regarding successive differentiation you have to recall 1 upon x plus b formula, 1 upon x plus b formula, those formulae you have to recall. Yes, now I'm directly going for slideshow mode here, and in this slide I'm just giving you one of the homework here, homework problem I have to give you. Yes, I have to find yn. Yes, I have to search nth derivative for the function. Yes, so I am searching nth derivative for the function. What I'm having function? I am having function 1 upon x raised to 4 minus a raised to 4. I'm having this function. Now, as I'm having function as numerator upon denominator, everybody will going to check whether I'm having degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator or not. Yes. So you are observing that degree of numerator is 0, degree of denominator is 4. So I have to go for partial fraction. Yes, definitely I'm just going for partial fraction here. But for partial fraction, what I'm doing, I'm just adjusting denominator in terms of linear factors. If it is possible, I am just writing denominator in terms of linear factors. So what I'm doing, I'm just writing x raised to 4 as x square bracket square. I am writing a raised to 4 as a square bracket square. So you are observing denominator is in terms of a square minus b square form. So I am just writing a minus b into a plus b. Yes, I'm just applying that formula only. So I'm having one of the term as x square minus a square into x square plus a square. So now I'm having two brackets which contains x square term, quadratic terms I'm getting. If it is possible, again I will go for linear factors. Yes, it is possible here. It is possible here. So I am writing x square minus a square as x plus a into x minus a into x plus a. Remaining term I'm keeping this as it is. X square plus a square term I'm keeping this as it is. Yes. So I am having x minus a into x plus a. I'm keeping this as it is. Again, what I'm doing for x square plus a square, what I'm doing, I am just writing x square and a square as x square minus I square a square. Remember that. Yes, remember that we know that I is nothing but a complex number and I am having I value as root of minus 1. I square I'm having minus 1. So I am just writing plus sign as minus I square here. So that I am just getting this bracket x square plus a square is in the form of x square minus I square a square here. Yes, so that I can apply formula a square minus b square formula I'm applying. So where I'll consider x is equal to a and b I'll consider I into a. Yes, so I am writing x square minus I square a square as x plus ia, x minus ia. You can find denominator is having four linear factors now. Yes, so x minus a, x plus a, x plus ai, x minus ai. So all four linear factors are non-repeated. Yes, so now I have to proceed for partial fraction. We are proceeding for partial fraction. We are writing a upon x minus a plus b upon x plus a plus c upon x plus ai and d upon x minus ai. Yes, so everybody will proceed for partial fraction here and they will going to write y is equal to 1 upon x raised to 4 minus a raised to 4 for left hand side and you will going to write this is a star step I'm writing. Yes, this is nothing but a star step. You will write the star step correctly because here I'm having total 4 terms. You will going to take LCM as x minus a into x plus a plus x plus into x plus ai into x minus ai. Definitely its multiplication will be x raised to 4 minus a raised to 4 there. So according to that, write proper coefficient of a, b, c and d. These are the coefficients I wrote it. Yes. So now my next work is searching values of a, b, c, d. Resubstitute it here a, b, c, d and apply formula 1 upon x plus b formula. You will going to apply for all four terms here for getting yn. Yes, so for getting unknown a, b, c, d, you will going to equate all these linear factors one by one with 0. So that's why what I'm writing, I wrote x is equal to minus a, I wrote x is equal to plus a, x is equal to minus ai, x is equal to plus ai. After equating all the linear factors with 0, you will definitely get that. So this is your homework example. Just go for studying go for searching values of unknowns a b c d here, and just use formula 1 upon all the four terms. For all the four terms you will going to apply formula 1 upon x plus b for searching nth derivative. So this is your homework example. Next I have to proceed. Everybody have to take screenshot of this, try for this. Those who will going to try, definitely they will have doubts. Otherwise you will not get any doubt, you will not get the things here properly. Just take screenshot and try it today itself. Now again I'm repeating the same slide. Yes, again I'm repeating the same slide. Yes, I gave you these formulae previously only, but still I'm just repeating the slide here. Why? Because now I have to go for trigonometric terms. Yes, till now I am just explaining you function y is having numerator upon denominator form, and in numerator and denominator I'm having x term, that is algebraic terms. So whenever I'm having algebraic term, what I told you, that first check whether I'm having degree of numerator is less than degree of denominator, then only you have to go for partial fraction, or else you have to go for actual division and then go for partial fraction there. Now I will go for examples where examples contain sine, cos, or e raised to x into sine, or k raised to x into sine or cos terms. So I am just studying examples where it contains, function contains trigonometric terms and combination of exponential terms here. Yes. So I have to recall formula. Remember that whenever I'm having function as sine of x plus b, I am having nth derivative as. Remember here right hand side we are having sine of x plus b, keep that as it is, plus n pi by 2 only you have to add, and whatever the coefficient of x just multiply it as a raised to n, so you will have yn there. Similar is the formula for cos. Is whenever I'm having e raised to x, now see 10th formula, e raised to x into sine of bx plus c, we are having yn as, just write e raised to x as it is. I'm writing sine of bx plus c as it is, plus n phi into r raised to n. Don't forget to write what you are having value for r and phi. R is equal to root of a square plus b square, and phi is tan inverse of b upon a. Similar is the formula for e raised to x into cos. Just replace sine by cos, formula remains as it is. R value, phi value remains as it is. In place of e raised to x, when I'm having k raised to x, simply apply same formula. Only in r raised to n, e raised to x, sine of bx plus c n phi, only what you will going to change? Only you will going to change as a is equal to log k. Just go for replacing a is equal to log k. Similar formula as you are having e raised to x into sine, same formula you will going to apply for k raised to x into sine. Same formula you will going to apply for e raised to x into cos. Yes, say similar type of formula you will going to apply here. Yes, so like that way you have to apply formulae for searching nth derivative for the function. Madam, 1 hour. 1 hour example आहे. सॉरी लेक्चर 1 hour नंतर मी सांगू शकतो काय. ते टेबलच्या इथे चावी. Second. Sorry students. Now these are the formulae only I have to apply. Is when I'm applying this formulae, I have to recall this formulae, and whenever I'm having function in terms of trigonometric form, at that time I have to use these formulas. So how I'll use that? Let's go for one of the example here. Is I'm having this example. Now for this example, what I need a trigonometric formula. Is what I'm having formula. We know that sine of a plus b plus sine a minus b. Somebody have to tell me what you are having sine of a plus b. Just unmute. नहीं है पीछे अभी.
Ma'am, sin A into cos B plus cos A into sin B.
हाँ. Sin A into cos B plus cos A sin B. Whenever you are having sine of A minus B, just wait. त्या साइडचा टेबल मॅडम, त्या साइडचा भिंतीकडचा टेबल. त्याच्यातल्या पहिल्या ड्रॉवरला जी चावी आहे ती घ्या, ती नका घेऊ, तिथे पुन्हा जिथे होते तिथेच ठेवा. त्याला रेड बँड आहे, ती वाली घ्या. So sine of a plus b. Yes. Tell me formula. Sine a minus b formula now. Sine a minus.
Sin A into cos B minus cos A into sin.
Yes, yes. Okay. So I'm just adding. When I'm adding sine of a plus b, sine a minus b, we know that we are getting 2 sine a into cos b. This formula I require it while solving example. So see, remember that whenever I'm having example, let me. But before that, I have to tell you one thing. So whenever I'm having examples based on trigonometric function, always remember that what I show you those formulae, in those formulae only, I'll adjust my function. Yes. So you have to adjust your function either sine or cos or e raised to x into sine or e raised to x into cos or k raised to x into cos. Like that way only you will going to adjust your function in terms of addition or sub cost terms there. Then only you can get the derivative here. Yes, this is the key thing you have to remember here. So let me go for example based on 2 sine A into cos b. This formula I will going to use for searching nth derivative. I am having example as I have to find nth derivative for sine 6x into cos 4x. Yes, I am having function. Let I'm saying y is equal to sine 6x into cos 4x. I made printing mistake. That's why I wrote it as in the red sign here. Yes. So here you can find as I require nth derivative and my function is not algebraic but it is in trigonometric form. So as it is trigonometric form, I'm having multiplication of two terms sine into cos. So as it is sine into cos, so let I'm using this formula 2 sine into cos b. What I know that I am having sine of a plus b plus sine a minus b. So I am considering a is equal to 6x, b is equal to 4x. So sine a plus b, sine 10x. Sine a minus b, 6x minus 4x, I'll have sine 2x here. So now I am just applying this formula. If you want, you can mention this formula also for the reason. Yes. So you will going to add this 2 here. You will going to add, multiply and divide it by 2. Let me. You will going to multiply and divide by 2. So that 2 sine A into cos B formula you can apply it here. Yes. So we are keeping 1 by 2 as it is 2 sine A into cos B sine 10x plus sine 2x. And now you can observe you are having y completely in terms of addition of sine terms. Yes, you are getting y completely in terms of addition of sine terms here. Sine 10x plus sine 2x. Just apply formula. Which formula? Whenever I'm having sine of ax plus b, what I'm having by n? I am having a raised to n sine of ax plus b n plus n pi by 2. That formula I'm just applying it here. So I am having a is equal to 10. I'm having b 0 here for first term. So that's why I'm keeping 1 by 2 constant as it is. Applying nth derivative for sine 10x, we're getting 10 raised to n sine of 10x plus n pi by 2. Whenever as I'm having sine 2x, so a I'm having 2, I'm writing 2 raised to n sine of 2x plus n pi by 2. That formula I'm using it here. And the things are over. So remember that whenever these types of short example, if I'm going to ask this type of example, I may ask for MCQ pattern of questions or 2 to 3 marks question. I'll going to ask in class test this pattern of question. So whenever remember that whenever you are having functions contains trigonometric terms, just write it in terms of addition or subtraction of sine terms here. Yes. Let me go for more example here. Yes, before going for example, I am thinking I have to some of you can recall it, but still I want to go for these formula here. We know that sine square plus this trigonometric identities 1 plus tan square as sec raised to 2a, 1 plus cot square is cosec square a. We know that 1 minus cos a divided by 2 as sine square a by 2. we know that 1 plus cos a divided by 2 is cos square a by 2. And right now only some of you are telling me formally sine of a plus b sine a cos b plus cos a sine b. If I am replacing minus sign to left hand side, right hand side also I have to write minus sine a cos b minus cos a sine b. Cos of a plus b, we are having cos a cos b minus sin a sin b, and whenever I'm having cos of a minus b, I'm just getting right hand side where I'm having plus sign. Yes. Also, we are just going for 2 sin a cos a as sin 2a, cos square a minus sin square as cos of 2a. Yes, these formulae I will not going to forget. These formulae I was using in 11th and 12th. Same formulae I have to use it here. I'm not using these generally law of sines and law of cosines. These formulae generally is not needed in semester 1, semester 2 here. So these formulae, double angle formulae, addition formulae, we required. So that's why I'm just sharing this screen with you. Yes, and now I have to proceed for example here. For example, see, whenever I'm having this pattern of example, it may ask for 5 marks in question number 1. Generally, successive differentiation example, one of the example will going to ask in question number 1 for 5 marks, and Leibniz theorem examples will be asked for 6 marks there. Yes. So see, I have to go for nth derivative for the having function. I'm just having function. Let I'm considering that function is y. I am having it is in terms of trigonometric form. Sine square x into cos cube x. Yes. So whenever I'm having trigonometric term, what I'm just again repeating, I want to write it as addition or subtraction of sine or cos terms. Yes. So most of you will go for different types of things here. Yes. So all the ways are applicable based on trigonometric formulae. Yes. All the ways are applicable based on trigonometric formulae. For final answer for nth derivative, all of us should get one only. One means same only. Yes. So how to proceed for this? My main purpose is writing this function sine square into cos cube in terms of addition or subtraction of sine or cos. So what I'm doing, see what I'm doing here. I am just writing this function in terms of sine square. I am writing cos cube as cos square x into cos x. I'm just writing cos cube as cos square into cos x. So what I'm doing, I am just making group of this. I am just making group of sine square into cos square x. Yes, I am keeping this cos x as it is. So in next step, I am keeping this cos x as it is. And what I am doing, I am just multiplying and dividing it by 4. I am just multiplying and dividing it by 4. So 4 sine square x into cos square x. So I am just writing this as 2 sine x into cos x bracket square. And we know that 2 sine x into cos x is sine 2x and whole bracket square. I'm just getting it here. Yes. So 1 by 4, I will keep that as it is. And I'm just writing this term as 2 sine x into cos x bracket square here. Let me erase the thing here. Is I am just writing this term as sine square into cos square as 2 sine x into cos x bracket square, and I have to divide it by 4. So that's why it becomes sine square 4 sine square 2x into cos x. I'm keeping this as it is here. Yes. So like that way I'm just making adjustment here. Yes. In next step, what I'm doing, I'm just writing sine square 2x as 1 minus cos 2 into 2x divided by 2. 1 by 4 already there. So it becomes 1 upon 8 into, I am having 1 minus cos of 2 into 2x, that is 1 minus cos 4x. Again, I'm keeping cos x as it is here. Yes, again, I'm keeping cos x as it is here. And now I'm just nearly reached to my answer. Not answer, what I expected. I want to write these terms in terms of addition or subtraction of sine or cos term. So let me go for multiplying cos x inside. I am just having cos x minus 1 by it. I will keep that as it is. Minus 1 by it cos 4x into cos x. Yes. So 1 by 8 into cos x, I'll keep this as it is. And this second term, second term, what I'm having? I am having cos 4x into cos x. So what should I do? I am just using formula. Yes, I will going to use formula cosine to cos b. Yes, and I'll just go for multiply it by 2. Yes, let me go for multiplying it by 2 here. Yes, so what should I write here? 2 cos a into cos b. What should I write here? Tell me. Which formula I have to use it here? Formula I want to ask. 2 cosine to cos b. Which formula I should use here? Please tell me. 2 cosine to cos b. Which formula I have to use it here? Anybody? 2 cosine to cos b. Which formula?
Ma'am, cos A plus B
Hmm.
plus cos A minus B.
Yes. Most I'm just getting two response positively. So here I'll consider. See, I'll just go for multiplying and dividing it by two here for this, and I'm using this formula to cos A into cos B as cos of A plus B plus cos A minus B. Everybody will going to recall formulae because these formulae we have to use it. Yes, we will going to use this formula. Let me erase the things here. Yes. So whatever I'm just getting positive response according to that only I will use. Definitely we have to use the same formula here. Yes. Let me go for next step. Yes. So 1 by 8 into cos x, we are keeping this as it is, and I'm just multiplying and dividing it by 2. You can observe 1 by 16 I'm having. So I am having cos of a plus b. I should write cos 5x first plus cos a minus b. So I am having cos of 4x minus x is cos 3x. So I am having cos of a plus b plus cos a minus b. This formula I'm just using it here. What you told is the correct thing. Yes. So I am just getting this minus sign. I'm keeping this as it is. And now you can observe all the terms are in terms of addition of cos. Yes, and subtraction of cos. So just go for taking 1 by 16 outside. You can observe 2 cos x minus cos 3x minus cos 5x. Yes, all the terms. Now I'm having my function in terms of subtraction and addition of cos terms only. Yes. So which formula now I have to use? I will going to use cos of ax plus b formula. Use cos of ax plus b formula. Whenever I'm having y is equal to cos of ax plus b, I am just writing nth derivative as a raised to n cos of ax plus b plus n pi by 2. So for first term, I am having a is equal to 1. So here it is written 1 raised to n, and which is nothing but 1 cos of ax plus b, that is x plus n pi by 2. So first term nth derivative is over. Second term I am having cos of 3x. So we will going to write a is equal to 3 here. So I am having 3 raised to n cos of 3x plus n pi by 2 minus for third term cos of 5x plus 0. Yes. So I will going to use cos of ax plus b formula. A is equal to 5, b is equal to 0. So a raised to n, that is 5 raised to n cos of 5x plus n pi by 2. Yes. So I am just using same formula for all the three terms, and we are getting nth derivative here. Now tell me, any doubt here? Any doubt? Register mother okay. Any doubt here, students? Any doubt? Yes. See, if you are not going through the formulae, if you will not go through the formulae, it will be quite difficult one for getting nth derivative for the function. So by heart formulae. Yes. So let I go for again one more example here. Yes. Now I have to find nth derivative for sine raised to 4x. Yes, I'm just going, I require to search nth derivative for sine raised to 4x here. So see, according to trigonometric formulae, you will going to express, you have to express sine raised to 4x in terms of addition or subtraction of sine or cos term. So what I'm doing here, I am just writing sine raised to 4 as sine square bracket square. Sine raised to 2 raised to 2. Yes. So I am having sine square theta. So I'll write sine square theta is 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by 2. Same formula I'm using. Sine square theta is 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by 2. Bracket square, I'm keeping this as it is. So I'm just doing sine square x as 2. I'm just multiplying and dividing it by 2. 2 sine square theta, I'm just writing 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by 2. And I'm just getting this thing here. Yes. So I am having 1 by 4, 1 minus cos 2x bracket square. Yes. So by adjusting formulae, trigonometric formulae, we are getting here. Let I have to go for 1 by 4. I'm keeping this as it is here. I am just expanding 1 minus cos 2x bracket square here. Yes, let I'm expanding 1 minus cos 2x bracket square and see what I'm getting. Just expand it, just make a square. So 1 by 4, keep that as it is. 1 minus 2 cos 2x plus cos square 2x. So again, 1 minus 2 cos 2x, we are keeping this as it is. Cos square 2x, how I'll go for cos square theta? I'll just go for writing 1 plus cos 2 theta divided by 2. Yes, that formula I am using it here. Yes, so let I have to go for multiply and divide it by 2. So I am having cos 2 cos square 2 theta as 1 plus cos 4x here. 1 by 2, we are keeping this as it is here. Yes, so like that way I have to use formulae, trigonometric formula here. Just multiply 1 by 2 inside, and I'm keeping 1 minus 2 cos 2x as it is, plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 2 cos 4x will remain as it is. Multiply, and this 1 plus 1 by 2 will be 3 by 2. Here 1 plus 1 by 2 will be 3 by 2 minus 2 cos 2x plus 1 by 2 cos 4x. Outside we are having 1 by 4, just multiply 1 by 4 inside. So you will have 3 by 8 minus 1 by 2 cos 2x plus 1 by 8 cos 4x here. So we were started with sine raised to 4x, and what we are getting here, we are having a constant term, we are having cos term plus again a cos term. So here I am just adjusting sine raised to 4x as constant plus cosine terms, addition and subtraction of cos terms here. So when I'm taking nth derivative, we are getting this required statement here. Now when I'm just proceeding for taking nth derivative for these terms here, we know that for constant term we are getting nth derivative as 0. Yes, and when I'm proceeding for nth derivative for cos 2x, just apply, or cos 4x, apply formula cos of ax plus b. So for cos 2x we are having a is equal to 2. For cos 4x we are having a is equal to 4. Just go for 2 raised to n and 4 raised to n cos of 2x plus n pi by 2, and for the last term cos of 4x plus n pi by 2 here. Like that way I have to proceed. Any doubt here, students? Any doubt here? Any doubt? Yes. Fourth step means 1, 2, 3. This fourth step, 1 minus cos 2x bracket square only we are just going for. This you want to ask? Yes. Okay. So in this fourth step, what we are doing? We are just expanding it. So we are keeping 1 minus 2 cos 2 x as it is. Yes, and what I'm doing here, I'm just writing cos square 2x. Yes, what I'm doing, cos square 2x, I'm just multiply and divide it by 2 here. It's 1 by 2 into 2 cos square 2x. Yes, so what I know that when I'm just having 1 plus cos square theta, I am having, sorry, whenever I'm having 1 plus cos 2 theta, we are getting it as 2 cos square theta. What we are applying formula here, let me write it here. We know that 1 plus cos 2 theta is equal to what we are having, 2 cos square theta. Yes. 1 plus cos 2 theta is equal to 2 cos square theta, and this 2 cos square theta I'm adjusting here by multiplying and dividing it by 2. Yes. So as I'm having 2 cos square theta, this coefficient 1 by 2 we are keeping this as it is, and 2 cos square theta I must have to write 1 plus cos 2 theta here. You are getting the things. Yes, I hope now you are getting the thing, and just take screenshot of this so that I can proceed next. Just take screenshot. I have to proceed for next. Find nth derivative of this. One of the last example I have to take here. So no, this is not last. Our lecture is up to 2 to 3. Yes. So this is not the last example here. So find nth derivative for e raised to 3x into cos x into sine square 2x. Yes. So what I'm going to do here, when I'm having this example here, what I'm going to observe, this example is in terms of combination of exponential and trigonometric term. Yes. So here I'm having e raised to 3x into cos x into sine square 2x. Whenever you're having example in this pattern, there you will going to solve you will going to leave those exponential term and other trigonometric terms. First you will going to write it in terms of addition or subtraction of sine or cos terms, and then go for multiplying it by e raised to 3x there. So we know that we are having formula for e raised to x into sine of x plus b, or e raised to x into cos of x plus b. Yes. So not whenever I'm having function as e raised to x into sine bx plus c, or e raised to x into cos bx plus c, that formula we have to use. गॅजेट वर साईन केली ना तिथे आतमध्ये. Yes. So I have to search nth derivative for the function. I have to search nth derivative for the function e raised to 3x into cos x into sine square 2x here. Yes. So what I told, according to that, I have to use formula e raised to x into sine of bx plus c, e raised to x into cos bx plus c. That formula I have to use. So let us leave e raised to 3x first and just go for expressing only cos x into sine square 2x in terms of trigonometric form. So I start with the solution. I'm just taking only cos x into sine square 2x here. Is cos x into what I'm doing for sine square 2x. Let me go for checking it whether I wrote it correctly or not. Yes. So what I'm doing for sine square 2x here, I'm just writing is what I'm doing here. I'm just writing sine square 2x as 1 minus cos 4x upon 2. Is what I'm doing here. I am just writing sine square 2x as here. I am just writing this as 1 minus cos 4x divided by 2. I am just writing it here. Yes, and then I'm multiplying cos x inside. So 1 by 2 will remain as it is, and I'm just multiplying cos x here. So it becomes cos x minus cos x into cos 4x. Whether you're getting me, students, here, whether you're getting me, how these things come, whether you're getting me, just write sine square theta as 1 minus cos 2 theta divided by 2, and remaining thing cos x just multiply inside. So I am having 1 by 2 constant remains as it is, and I'm having these two terms are subtraction of cos x and cos x into cos 4x. Yes. So I am just keeping 1 by 2 cos x as it is, and I'm just writing 1 by 2 cos a into cos b. Yes, 1 by 2 cos a into cos b here, and we know that for the second term I will going to apply formula 2 cos a into cos b, but for that purpose I have to again multiply and divide it by 2. Yes, again I have to multiply and divide it by 2 here. Yes. So what I'm doing here, I'm just having 1 by 2. is 1 by 2. I'm just multiplying and divide by 2, so it becomes 1 by 2 to cos A into cos B, cos of A plus B plus cos A minus B. I'm directly writing. So cos of A, I'm having 1, B, I'm having 4. It becomes cos 5x plus cos A minus B. So I'm having cos of x minus 4x. It becomes cos of minus 3x, but we all of us know that cos of minus theta is cos theta. Yes, so we are having the term, we have started with cos x into sine square 2x, and we are getting it as 1 by 2 cos x minus 1 by 4 cos 5x minus 1 by 2 cos 3x. All the terms, I am just getting it in terms of addition and subtraction of cosine terms here. Yes, and now I have to take actual function. What I'm having actual function? I'm having actual function as e raised to 3x into cos into sine square. Just multiply e raised to 3x now. So e raised to 3x 1 by 2, we are keeping this as it is. E raised to 3x into cos, e raised to 3x into cos, e raised to 3x into cos for all the terms. Now what I'm having formula? What I'm having formula for e raised to x into cos bx plus c. What I'm having formula? That formula I have to recall it here. Yes, that formula I have to recall. So where I'm having formula? Yes, I'm having formula here. What I'm having formula, I am having formula as whenever e raised to x into sine of bx plus c, then I am having nth derivative as r raised to n e raised to x, keep that as it is, sine of bx plus c plus n phi, where we are having r as root of a square plus b square, phi as tan inverse of b upon a. Same formula I have to use it here. It's same formula I have to use it here. So let us go for using that formula. Yes, let us go for using that formula here. Let me wipe this thing so that you can get the things properly. I'm using that formula here. Yes, let us go for using that same formula. I have to apply it for first, second, and third term. You observe that 1 by 2 r e raised to 3x. We are keeping this as it is in first term, in second term, in third term. We are keeping this as it is. Yes, and what we are doing? E raised to 3x. For first term, e raised to 3x keeping as it is. E raised to 3x. E raised to 3x as it is. Coefficient 1 by 2, 1 by 4, 1 by 4. We are keeping this as it is. Signs also we are keeping this as it is. For the what we are doing, you are just writing cos x as cos x plus n phi it is actually. Cos phi x we are writing cos phi x plus n phi we are writing it here. Cos 3x how we are writing cos of 3x plus n phi. Now what we are having phi? Phi is tan inverse of b upon a. Now let think regarding first term. Yes, let I have to think regarding first term here. Let me erase the thing so what I want to tell you that you can get it. Let I'm concentrating for the first term. Yes, and same thing you will going to apply for all the terms here. Yes, so when I'm concentrating for the first term, it is e raised to x into cos bx plus c. A, what we are having for first term a here? For a, we are having it as 3. Is e raised to x means I am having this is a is nothing but 3. Is, and what we are having b is equal to 1. Is we are having b is equal to 1, a is equal to 3 and b is equal to 1. So I am just writing e 1 by 2 the constant remains as it is, e raised to 3x cos of x plus n phi, where I'm having r and here I'm having r raised to n. Yes. So r is nothing but root of a square plus b square. So what should I write? R is equal to root of a square means 3 square. So 3 square is 9 plus b square. B is nothing but 1 square. So it becomes 1. I'm sorry. 3 square, that is nothing but 9, and 1 square is nothing but 1. So r is nothing but root of 3 square plus 1 square, root of 9 plus 1, that we are writing it here, r raised to n. So root raised to n, here it is written. What we are having, phi? Phi is tan inverse of b upon a. So tan inverse of, what we are having, b. We are having b is equal to 1 for the first case, and a is nothing but 3. So tan inverse of 1 by 3, it is written here. Yes. So whenever I'm having first term as e raised to 3x into cos, at that time we are applying simply that same formula. E raised to x, r raised to n, r is nothing but root of 3 square plus 1 square raised to n, that is it becomes root 10 raised to n. Cos of x remains as it is plus n phi. Phi is nothing but tan inverse of 1 by 3. Let me tell you, the same PPT I shared with you today here itself in Google Classroom. Yes, for successive differentiation, whatever I'm having PPT and Word file, I posted in Google Classroom today itself. Yes. So same formula I'll apply for the second term and third term. For second term, you can observe e raised to 3x into cos phi x. So a you are having 3 and b is equal to phi. C is equal to 0. So I am having r for this case is root of 3 square plus 25 here. Yes, phi is tan inverse of b is nothing but phi, and a is nothing but 3. So tan inverse of b upon a. For the last term, I am having e raised to 3x into cos 3x. So a is nothing but 1 and b is nothing but 1. Yes, c is equal to, a is 3 and b is equal to 3. C we are having 0 here. So I am having r is root of 3 square plus 3 square, which is nothing but 9. Phi is tan inverse of 3.3. So I am just getting value for r and phi, different values for all the three terms substituted properly. Only one formula we are using it here. Is any doubt here, students? Any doubt here? Please unmute and tell me doubt. Any doubt here, students? Somebody unmute, and I don't know, I can't get him or her whether he is having doubt or no doubt. I'm not getting that. This is one of the example. Let us go quickly for this example. If I'm having y is sine of x plus cos of x, then I have to find the value for yn, or actually I have to prove that yn is equal to a raised to n into root of, here it is written 1 by 2, it is nothing but root of 1 plus minus 1 raised to n into sine twice ax. If I'm going to ask this example, I'm going to ask this 3 to 4 marks in class test. Yes, so I am having y as sine of x plus cos of x, and I require yn. So I know that whenever I'm having sine of x, what I'm having a formula, just go for writing a raised to n into sine of x plus n pi by 2. Apply same formula what I'm having, sine of x plus b, that formula I'm applying. Similar is the formula for cos of x. So a raised to n cos of x plus n pi by 2. I'm having this formula. Yes. So now from y, I am applying formula for both the terms as sine of x plus b and cos of x plus b. That formula only I applied it here. Whatever I'm having common thing, that common thing a raised to n, I'm just writing it outside. Now what I require right hand side should be a raised to n. I have to keep that as it is, but in the square root I require 1 plus minus 1 raised to n into sine of twice ax. So what I'm going to do, I will going to make one adjustment. I require root also, but I'm not having root. So what I'm going to do here, see, I will going to adjust this as, if I'm having a, I'll just go for writing this a as a square raised to 1 by 2. May I write like this, students? Please tell me. May I write a raised to 1 as a raised to 2 raised to 1 by 2? May I write like this? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
So I'm writing a raised to 1 as a square raised to 1 by 2. The same way I am just applying it here. Yes, same way I'm applying it here. So what I'm doing here, in the next step, I have to wipe the things so that you can see it properly. I'm just writing this raised to 1 by 2. Whatever I'm having this term raised to 1, I'm just writing square raised to 1 by 2. You can observe here. Yes, you can observe here. Here you are having the same thing, bracket raised to 2 raised to 1 by 2. So I am having bracket raised to 1 as it is. So 1 by 2, I require it in required statement. So this raised to 1 by 2, we are keeping this as it is at last step only. What I will going to do, I will going to make square of whatever I'm having sine theta plus cos theta, that I make made square. So theta is nothing but ax plus n pi by 2. In place of talking this long thing, I'm just saying it is nothing but theta. Sine theta plus cos theta bracket square, I am just writing raised to 1 by 2. We are keeping this as it is. Sine square theta plus cos square theta plus 2 sine theta cos theta raised to 1 by 2. We are keeping this as it is. And what I am doing, sine square theta plus cos square theta is 1. I wrote it here is raised to 1 by 2. We are keeping this as it is. A raised to n also we are keeping this as it is. 2 sine theta into cos theta is sine 2 theta. I wrote it. Yes. So I am having theta is ax plus n pi by 2. So multiplied by 2, because 2 sine 2 sine theta into cos theta I'm just going for. So I wrote it as sine of twice ax plus n pi here. Now tell me whether you're getting this step. Whether you're getting this step. How it comes. Whether you're getting this step.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I'm just going for 2 sine A into cos B. So it becomes sine of not 2 sine A into cos B, 2 sine theta into cos theta. So I'm just having sine 2 theta here. Yes, raised to 1 by 2, we are keeping this as it is. Now I am having sine of twice ax plus n pi. And observe that again underline, I'm just making this step. How this step comes here? I am just applying simply formula sine of a plus b formula. We are applying it here. So A I'm having twice x, B I'm having n pi, sine A cos B plus cos A sine B, that formula I'm applying this to 1 by 2. Yes, this formula I'm applying it as sine A cos B plus cos A sine B formula, I'm applying it here. And remember that while after applying this formula, I'll stop there only and I'm just substituting. We know that sine 0 0, sine pi 0, sine 2 pi 0, sine 3 pi 0, that is sine n pi is equal to 0. Remember, we require this always. Sine n pi is equal to 0, cos n pi is equal to minus 1 raised to n. Depends on n, you are having plus 1 or minus 1. So cos of n pi is minus 1. That the things only I'm substituting it here. So that as sine n pi is 0, this third term becomes 0 and we're getting required statement. Yes. So some of you, those who are having doubt, just ask me doubt right now, or else I have to stop sharing my screen. If you are having any doubt here, just ask me right now, or else I have to stop sharing my screen. So for this example, just we are using sine square theta plus cos square theta form. We are applying first formula sine of ax plus b or cos of ax plus b. How to search nth derivative for that formula we are applying it here. And further we are just making square raised to 1 by 2. We are expanding it, applying sine square plus cos square theta is equal to 1. 2 sine theta cos theta, we are applying it as sine 2 theta here, and just apply sine of a plus b. Substitute, don't forget to substitute sine n pi is 0, cos n pi is 0, minus 1 raised to n. None of you are asking anything, so I stop sharing my screen here.